Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane ends as a no contest. That is the worst possible ending ever. The amount of waiting we had to do for this fight to come around, the amount of time we had to wait for Tom Aspinall to fight because John Jones kept on ducking him because he was absolutely terrified of him. Ciryl Gane gets a brutal accidental eye poke right into Tom Aspinall's eye. Brutal, brutal long finger that Gane just shoved right into the eyeball of Tom Aspinall. And that was all she wrote. That was it. Tom Aspinall couldn't see, he said many times, and unfortunately was unable to continue due to Ciryl Gane's brutal eye poke. Accidental, of course. So the fight ends as a no contest. Um, yeah, John Jones would probably be laughing. Yeah, I've seen lots of people saying, "Oh, Tom Aspinall was getting absolutely lit up and pieced up in the first round." I don't know what you're about because he wasn't getting lit up. He wasn't getting pieced up. I thought the first round was pretty even. I thought Tom started well. I thought he came forward well early on, putting the pressure on Ciryl Gane. But I think as it went on, Gane was moving around well. Gane was getting a lot of success with his jab. Tom kind of kept on walking right into it at times. But there were some good feints from Tom Aspinall, even there, nice and light and jittery on his feet. Um, but yeah, Gane was circling around him well, circling to his right well. I thought Gane was very good in the southpaw stance, keeping his lead foot on the outside of Tom Aspinall well. Um, landed a few decent single left hands here and there. There weren't really any combos being thrown or anything from Gane. I thought, Tom was not mixing in a few low kicks here and there, and Tom was always the one putting the pressure on Gane, and Tom, didn't really stop coming forward. But yeah, it was as Tom came forward and Gane stepped back. Gane's long, bloody long finger just stabbed Tom Aspinall right in the eye, and Aspinall couldn't see. Um, yeah, it's disappointing. It really is disappointing. I was expecting Tom to get him out of there earlier as well, but Gane kept on moving around quite a lot, to be honest, and Gane was very smart with his footwork. So I thought it was a pretty good approach to the fight by Ciryl Gane. He was, Tom Aspinall also failed a takedown early on as well. Gane stuffed it. So yeah, it wasn't bad from Ciryl Gane. I thought he started well, and again, he was using his footwork really well and kept that long lead hand. And Aspinall did find it pretty hard to get on in the inside. He found it very difficult to get on the inside, and I think the long lead hand of Cyril Gane sticking out, using the footwork, it made it very difficult for Tom Aspinall to try and get those takedowns. And Gane was very quick with the jab. He's got quick hands. He's got a very quick lead hand, especially in my opinion, Gane. And I think Tom just came forward a lot with his chin in the air. Again, he didn't get pieced up. He's bleeding very early on, pretty bad. His nose, I think he was basically bleeding the moment God touched him, to be honest. And you know, um, I think it is clear to see, Tom looked slower than usual. We can't say that, but again, it's because Gane was good. He was using his footwork well, but again, Tom has been inactive for about what's 15 months or so now. Like 15 months out the octagon for Tom Aspinall. Of course, he's not going to be able to get the quickest start. I think Tom Aspinall probably wanted to get at least 5 minutes in that first round. I don't think Aspinall wanted to blow him out in the first round anyway. I think people saying, I've seen people saying as well, oh, we just looked for a way out. I don't see why he would. I don't see any reason why, looking at the fight of why Tom Aspinall would have wanted a way out. He definitely didn't, but either way, it's the worst ending ever for us. The worst ending for the fans, the worst ending for the fighters. Um, it was pay-per-view as well over in the UK. I mean, to be honest, we need to be grateful that we only get to really pay like one pay-per-view a year because in America and stuff, they play pay-per-views for all the time. But again, I think, people kind of wasted time on that card. Like, wow, just waiting for the main event, just waiting and waiting and waiting for the main event to come and for that to happen. Aspinall's unlucky, like in the first Blades fight, that took a year out of his career. This ain't gonna take a year out of his career, of course, but again, it's like he's been inactive for 15 months. He just came back, gets eye poked in the eye, can't even get a proper finish in the fight. Like, there's no decisive winner, no one wins. Everyone involved loses. The UFC loses. Their plans have been stalled. They probably wanted Aspinall Pereira after this at the White House. Um, yeah, a lot of it's just all been screwed over. We need to get the main event. I reckon. Sorry, not the main event. I reckon we need to get Aspinall gone February 2026. I think that's got to happen. I mean, ideally, December would be great, or January would be great, but it's not going to happen. Um, yeah, I reckon February, March would be the earliest time. But again, it's just bloody John Jones is taking so much out of Aspinall's career, just making him wait and wait and wait. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Um, yeah, it's not good at all. It's not really good. God.